G'day, I'm Sean Rasmussen from Learn How to Blog. A huge welcome to part 2 of 10 ways to make money online with a blog. Thank you very much for a great turnout, and hopefully a lot of you guys that are on this webinar right now have watched the previous webinar, or perhaps having watched the recording that is available online as well for you. I might just remind you that there is a $500 reward being offered during this session. So if you think that you would like that $500 reward, then stay on this session and I'll share that with you at any stage during this webinar. We are in part 2 of a 3-part series, 10 ways to make money online with a blog, and we went through them last session in part 1. In this session, we're going to go through affiliate programs and how you can run a scalable business on only $69 a month, even if you know nothing about it. And then I'm also going to go through a $100,000 business plan as well to put all of those into perspective. But for now, it's making money from affiliate programs, scalable businesses, and memberships. Make more with less. In part 1, we pretty much smashed 5 online myths. The 5 myths that probably hold people away and prevent people from starting out online or maybe becoming successful online. For instance, 1, only smart people can get rich. Well, we established that people with smart systems get rich. There's a big difference. That you need to have technical knowledge or be computer literate, or that you can't do this on your own, or that you need a magic bullet. We smashed all those myths on the previous webinar. We also looked at some of the results that people have got. I shared with you from 4 clients, and one of them shared her income sheet of $46,000 recurring income online. I shared some of my own income sheets as well from one part of my business and showed you how my business grew during the financial crisis. My personal example of affiliate programs that I've done, and it's important to appreciate that this series is heavily based around affiliate programs because it's one of the easiest ways for you to get started out when you're new to this, or if you're someone who has not yet reached a stage where you're making enough online. This is how I got started because it is extremely low risk, and that's the beauty about it. So here's an example of what I was doing. I was earning commissions on $199 recurring monthly programs, and my commission was $85.71 per person per month, and that was earning me $42,000 a month. And that was what I referred to as leverage licensing. So I was earning 287% more per month because of the reason that I had licensed myself to do that. I shared with you the income graph. As you can see how powerful that is. The red line, which is the middle one, shows what I would have earned if I wasn't licensed, and then through the leverage licensing, it just added on a massive chunk of money for the same amount of income or the same amount of effort. Then I compared it with the Learn How to Blog affiliate program and showed that the same amount of sales, what that would have earned me on the same amount of members in the program. So this showed that as a standard affiliate, I would have earned still $4,885 per month. And if I was licensed, I would have earned an extra $3,000 a month for exactly the same effort. And then I showed a comparison of what would have been realistic for me to do in that same 24 months. A realistic scenario of me selling the old program that I was selling at the time and made $42,000 a month from the payment plans. That was a $4,000 program. So I put it in perspective and I thought, all right, well, if I sold something that only costs 1% of that, would it be fair to say that I could sell 10 times more? I think that would be fair. And that showed that I would have been able to make more money being an affiliate of a $39 program than being an affiliate of a $4,000 program. I also shared with you an online sales process, and it's important to understand this from two perspectives. If you are an affiliate of a program, it's important to understand how the sales process works. But also, if you are the person that runs the business, so if you're a small business owner or you're going to set out with your own product and you are going to run the entire business yourself, then this is what you do. And it's important to understand that process, because if you leave one of these out, you can significantly reduce your sales. As a matter of fact, you can totally smash your sales into oblivion and get nothing. And as you can see, there are about 9 or 10 steps here that are very important. If you leave any of these out, it's like taking the link out of a chain. This chain has got no strength left. So therefore, it's important to understand the entire chain of events here. This is if you're running the business, and this is, of course, by far the most lucrative thing you can do. There is, to my knowledge, nothing as lucrative or no better way to get rich than to run a business. I think that besides winning some massive lottery payout of hundreds of millions of dollars, then running a business has been proved time and time again that all the wealthiest people in the world, they are entrepreneurs and run businesses. However, not everyone's going to have the knowledge or even the courage to run their own business. I've been an internet marketer now for nearly 10 years, and that has given me a certain amount of experience to take things to the next level. And I've been at that next level for quite some time. But I've been able to take that knowledge and in a very, very short period of time, build a business from scratch into a $100,000 a year business in literally a matter of a couple of months. It is something that I teach, and it's something that I think takes a little bit of bravery to do because it can be scary, but it's really worth it. Now, you may not want to do this side of it, so therefore I showed the other side of it. It's got the same process, except you do less. So you access an affiliate product. You sell it on behalf of someone else. So all you need to do then is to have the website and share in the profits. Of course, you want to get people to the website so that they buy the products, but you're not taking care of the entire sales process. And that is an important part. Closing the sale is something that takes a certain amount of skill, and especially when you're using leveraged systems such as the internet that is automated and you're dealing with tens of thousands of people, it's important that you got that running really smooth. To even have the first part of the process where people actually getting interested in the product or getting introduced to you in the first place, such as the sales video, which I shared with you on part 1. Which was the sales video for Learn How to Blog. So you can get an example of how something that converts really well looks like. So that is the affiliate side of it. And this is how I started out. This is how I started out, replaced my income, built up an income of over $10,000 a month, then fired my boss, went full-time, and built up my income to over $240,000 a month for 15 consecutive months. And that was purely from affiliate programs. And I think it's important that if you get involved with affiliate products, then you pick 1 or 2 at the most and focus, focus, focus. I run a business. I've got a few different things going on in that business, but it's all on one topic. And I focus, and one of my major priorities of that focus is to service. And when you service, you get results, and the quality of your service is going to bring back people and new people. And you get a flood, a tsunami of people coming back over time if you do it right. So that's why it's important to really, really focus. So if I can give you one huge bit of advice here today, don't go out and take on 12 or 50 different products, because then you're just going to get a whole heap of a little, and that's about it. but focus on one or two things, maybe even one with that affiliate business. Even though you run that part-time, that affiliate business can eclipse your daytime income. If your passion is big enough and you really want that to happen, then that can happen for you just like it did for me. Then we went through 10 ways to make money online with a blog, and we went through those 10 and I picked out what I consider the 4 best ones. Those 4 best ones are based on income and what I think is worth your while to get involved with. So if you consider yourself someone who's not making enough but you really want it to happen, then number 1, affiliate products, is the one for you to get started with. Now, if you wanted to get into running your own business, then number 2 and number 9, own products and memberships, that's where you can really hit the big payday. That will take a lot more effort, but that is really, really worthwhile. If you wanted to go somewhere in between, then number 7 that we got on the right there, hosting and web design, I'm going to go through with you today a very simple way how you can set up a hosting and web design business with only $69 a month outlays and still build a decent business that's scalable. And scalable is important, just like we went through in part 1. And then we also looked at how to put together a business that made $100,000 a year. So I touched on that and I'm going to show you that in detail today. So that's the overview of part 1. Now if we have a look at memberships, I'm going to show you, this is what I teach in my program, Digital Product Mastery. And this is a program where I show how to build products out of thin air from an idea and turn them into a product and sell them. And the pinnacle of that is to have a membership program. So I go through 4 different ways of making a good income through digital products online based on something you know in that program. But what I'm going to show you here is the best one. So some of you have seen this before and you're going to get this a lot easier. For those of you who haven't, sit back and just take it in, because when you get this, you will understand how powerful this is and how anyone can do this. The only thing you require besides a pulse is the will to make it happen. I cannot stress that enough, that the things that you really, really, really want to happen with a burning desire in this life, they happen for you. If you positively and forcefully think about one thing and you're obsessed with that, that one thing is going to take over your life. Now, if that's a positive thing, that positive thing is going to take over your life. If you focus on all the bad things all the time, well, guess what? That's what is going to happen to you. And it's not the law of attraction and all that stuff. In a way it is, but at the end of the day, is what you possess with, you end up possessing. You end up having it. So if you really, really want something bad enough, you will make it happen. So I will hear all the excuses in the world for why people can't make this or something else happen. And it all involves excuses. The government, we got the wrong government in, or there's been a tidal wave overseas, or this, that, or the other, or my mother-in-law is coming to visit next month, so I'm going to start next month. I don't care what those reasons are. If you really want it, it will happen. So let's say that you have got a program, a membership program, and that membership program is based on a topic that you are knowledgeable or passionate about. Now, it's important to understand that or passionate is also good enough. That's also as good as knowledgeable. As a matter of fact, it could be better, because you might be knowledgeable on how to groom pugs or chihuahuas, but you may not like chihuahuas. So the fact that you're knowledgeable about it may not make that a lucrative income for you because your passion, the fire in your belly is not there. If you're passionate about something, you will find the information because that's one thing that you love doing. And while your clock is ticking away, you've got an urgency to make this happen and help other people. So you have got another incentive besides money. So let's look at this now. Let's imagine that you've got a program. It's a membership program. Imagine it's like Learn How to Blog, where people can go in there on a month-by-month basis and they can access your information and they pay you $29 a month. The reason I use $29 is because that's a figure we came up with at a boot camp that I held a couple of years ago, and that's pretty much what the crowd agreed on, that was a good monthly membership fee to pay to get good value for. So what may you be providing? You could be providing something like Learn How to Blog. Now keep in mind that we are pretty extensive with Learn How to Blog, and we really go almost overboard with what we deliver. We really deliver good value. You do not need to deliver that much and go out and host websites and everything for people. You can do much less than that. The bottom line is, can you provide $29 worth of value to someone in 1 month? If you can do that, and if you can service one person with $29 worth of value in 1 month, then you have got yourself a $100,000 business model. $100,000 income a year business model based on what I'm showing you now. So take this on board and want it to happen. If you got the smallest little doubt that this can't happen, then brush that aside just for 5 minutes and want it to happen, because then you will open up and see how that actually can work for you. So you've got a program, it's $29 a month. A person comes along and they join your program. Now they're paying you $29 a month. Now, of course, they can leave any time they like. That's fine. You should never force people to do anything. Give people the option to leave at any time, and you will have more members and more people will hang around, because it's easier to get in when it's easier to get out. So at $29 a month, if that person stays in your membership for 12 months, you're actually making $348 per year that member stays in your program. So the customer value is $348 a year. Now, if anyone is involved with finance, insurance, or even real estate, you'll understand what the term loan book means. A loan book is something that is saleable. So every client you have got in that loan book that has got a potential income for your business of $348 a year becomes a saleable item. It's an asset in your business, and you can borrow against it with banks. You can sell the loan book for sometimes quite attractive figures depending on what type of business it is. Either way, you're building an asset. So how do we build this program into $100,000 a year? Now, we've only got one member at this stage. How on earth are you going to make a living on $29? You know, what can you do for $29? You can't get a meal in some places for that. You can't get half a tank of fuel. You can go to the cinema and get a bucket full of popcorn or two. That's about all it is. You certainly can't even get 2 packets of cigarettes. You can't get a cup of coffee a day for a month for $29. As a matter of fact, they might see you out a week. So you can see $29 isn't much, so you can't live on $29. I think we all agree on that. And I think we all agree that it's also not a lot of money for the member when you're providing value. So I'll ask you this question, and this has helped a lot of my clients that have worked towards building these models. When they struggled with thinking, how can I make money out of this? How can I service these clients? This is the one question I ask them that always gets them across the line to for the penny to drop. I say, can you service one person in 1 month? Can you give that one person enough value through your membership area so that $29 is good value for them? Can you give them more than $29 worth of value? The answer is always yes. Do you think that you might give them $100 worth of value in 1 month? And normally the answer is yes. I say, great. Now, that service that you provide, you put it in a membership area and it's leveraged. If you make videos, if you've got articles, whatever it is, if you answer questions for them, it's leveraged so that everyone else can access that as well. Then what is stopping 100 people from using that service you're providing one person? Nothing. Okay, so does that mean that you could service 100 people and still provide them each $29 worth of value in a month? Yes, it is. Yes, it will take a little bit more to service 100 people, but I think you get the point. You can provide the value. So therefore, your $100,000 per year business, this is what it requires. If we divide 100,000 by $348, which is the amount you get from one client over 12 months, it means that we require 287 customers on our books to make $100,000 a year. So your customers come in, your members build up, and after 12 months, if you have got 287 customers or clients or members, then those members will mount up to a $100,000 a year income. Now keep in mind, in the second year, you're probably going to get more customers, so your $100,000 income is actually growing. Are you with me so far? Can you see that 287 customers at $348 a year, which is 12 months at $29 membership, that equals $100,000. Okay, let's break this down. 5.5 new customers per week will make you $100,000. Let's have a look at this. 52 weeks in a year. If I divide 287 by 52, I get 5.5. So that means 5.5 new customers per week that come to your program and pay $29 a month will make you $100,000 a year. And after 12 months, as you are still probably putting in 5.5 customers a week, guess what? You're going to have yourself a $200,000 a year business before you know it. Now, if you're a bit like me, I like to scale things. And when you scale things, all it means is that when your systems work and they work well, you scale them. So that is your $100,000 business model. Can you see how powerful this is? And the only thing standing between you and this $100,000 business model is you making that decision and doing it. Now this is the full business model where you are doing it yourself. But keep in mind, there's a lot you can outsource. Now when you get this, even if it scares you, you say, oh, that's great, I can see, Sean, I can see I can do this, but I'm scared. Hey, I was scared too when I started out. And that's why I did the affiliate marketing model, and I did it for some years. And I didn't even contemplate doing this. This is something I've worked out along the way. Don't forget that I've been an internet marketer full time now for nearly 10 years. So I have been only doing the full business model for a few years. Now that we know this business model, I will share this one with you again so that you can get to know it a little bit better with a different example. So let's have a look at building a fully scalable web design and hosting business for $69 a month. First thing I'm going to ask you, do you know anyone that runs a business where their only expense is $69 a month? Do you know anyone that does that? Do you know anyone that runs a business for $100 a month? Do you know anyone that runs a proper business on $500 a month or $1,000? $1,000? You might get into a few backyarders, but it's pretty hard to run a business on that sort of money. Well, let me show you. This is probably one of the simplest and almost most exciting models that I have thought up. Right now, I'm sure other people have done this. I'm sure it's done elsewhere. But this is what I keep racking my brain for ways that I can show people how they can get involved with businesses so they can build up their confidence and get out there and make things happen for themselves, because it takes you to complete that circle. I can show you everything to the cows come home, but you still need to do something to make that work. Later on, I will show you, actually in part 3, I will show you what I refer to as a magic bullet, because it is one that requires no work, but this one is one that requires some work. So let me show you this. $69 a month to run this business. Now imagine this. Right now, there's a fair chance that you are already a member of Learn How to Blog. A lot of people on this call. As a matter of fact, amazingly, we have exactly the same amount of attendees on this call as we had on part 1. That's absolutely amazing. If you're a member of Learn How to Blog, you are either in your first month and you've only spent $1, or you're in your second month onwards and you're paying $39 a month for that service. Now, you know what you get, the website, service and updates and everything. Now think of this like a business investment instead. What if you were to be a part of Learn How to Blog and not have your own blog, but instead went out and approached a business and said to them, would you like me to build you a blog? As a matter of fact, you call it a website. Why? Because they're the same thing. And when you look at business websites nowadays, if they're not a blog, then they've had a site built by someone that is outdated in their business model, because it's unfair to give someone anything else in a blog as far as I'm concerned. Because all you're doing is giving them something that's going to cost them a boatload of money to maintain. So if you went to a business and said, would you like me to build you a website? Fair enough. What would you charge for a website? Well, I have built websites, and I've built many websites for $3,600. There are people that charge a lot more. I could build a site for $1,800 and it will still be a good price for what you get. These are blogs. Of course, it's all a matter of what you're getting with a blog and what it's worth to people. Now, what if you were to charge, say, $1,000 to build a site? It would still be good value for some people. Sure, there are ones that will go, oh, I can go and build my own, but guess what? They'll waste their time, they're not focusing on their business, and they're going to make less money. It's one of the biggest mistakes people make in business is they go and do stuff that they're not good at to save money, and instead they lose money. So what if you were to go and say to someone, I will build you a website for $500. Let's say $499. $499 for your website, and what we're going to do for you is that instead of charging you $1,800 for a site, we will charge you $499. So you're saving $1,300, but what we'll do is that we will host your site and we will service your site to a certain level, and we'll charge you $99 a month. And that becomes an ongoing thing. So people say, oh, right, so rather than me paying out a massive amount for a site, I can get on a bit of a payment plan. Now, you would probably agree, if you know a bit about small businesses, one thing is they like the cash flow, so if they can get it cheaper and then have a payment plan, they'll take it generally. The other thing is that they don't have time to host or service or update the site. So what if you were to offer that to them? So what is that worth to them? Well, for starters, it's worth the same as what we're delivering and Learn How to Blog. It's worth the fact that the site doesn't get hacked, you're not going to get viruses, software is updated, plugins are updated, and it's hosted, all that sort of stuff. Now, straight away, you could go out and build a site for someone. Well, guess what? It's sort of built a bit for you, isn't it, in Learn How to Blog. So you could actually charge someone for that. And then you can go in and customize it, and you can customize it with our support in Learn How to Blog. So even if you knew bugger all about it, you can just ask us and we will guide you along the way. And if you need fast replies, like you're sitting there doing stuff and you need that answer virtually immediately, well, if it's during daytime and you're sitting there doing it, or it's sort of early evening, use the live chat and get instant answers. So you got someone working for you for $39 a month. So you can build that stuff. Guess what? You build one site, is the second one going to be easier? Yes, every time. When you build two, do you think the third one's going to be easier? Yes, indeed, even more. So you're going to get better and better. You're going to learn in the process, and you're building knowledge in a business. The hosting service and updates, guess what? It's actually done by Learn How to Blog. It's done by us. So you can charge other people for what you're doing, and you can mark it up. Now, if that is not a no-brainer business model, then I do not know what is. Now, let's have a look. For those of you who think that's a bit cheeky, it's done everywhere in business. Middlemen marking up services. See us as a wholesaler, you can be the retailer. Now, I'm guessing that you probably want your own blog still. As a matter of fact, your blog could be the site that sells the services for your hosting business. And you're not going to make a living out of $99 a month. And with Learn How to Blog, you got one blog in the system. So let's look at the business model here then. What if you were to provide consultation? And if you were to consult or educate people and train them, train their staff, train people on how to use the blog, how to update it, and how they can do the social media, maybe teach them about search engine optimization. Well, after all, you're learning all this and Learn How to Blog anyway. So why wouldn't you go out and pass on some of that knowledge in a business model? You have my blessing. Now, I'm being very conservative with some of these figures. $25 an hour, I'm keeping those figures down because I know that some people, if I said 50, they'll say, I can't charge 50. Well, you can, but I'm saying 25 to make it more realistic for most people. So, to make this work, if you wanted to be able to do 5 sites, well, in Learn How to Blog, we have a model where you're allowed to have 5 sites for $30 more. So in other words, for $69 a month, you can now have 5 sites doing exactly the same thing. So let's have a look at this. 5 sites where you have got the service of, for starters, you built them the site, but you also host, service and update the sites, which by the way, Learn How to Blog is doing for you, but you're still charging for it. So you can now charge 5 customers $99 a month, which is $495 a month on your $69 outlay. Meanwhile, that $69 is giving you access to our live support, live chat, all that, the services use. So that's your backup when you have got a client asking a question. So when a client comes to you and says, hey, how do I do this on my site? Say, great, I'll get back to you in a couple of hours, or I'll get back to you tomorrow. And then you go and ask us the question. And then you provide them with that answer. Pretty good model. Now, so let's say you were to build one website a month. Just one website a month, not one website a week. You can build one website a week, no worries. But let's just say, super conservative, build one website a month. One website a month, if you were to keep it down to $499, then that would make you $499 a month. If you were to do one hour consultation a week, which is $25 per hour, that means you do 4 in a month. So only 1 hour per week consultation. Could be over Skype, it could be face-to-face at the business, it could be over the phone. That's an extra $100 for the month. So that business model alone, if you keep it down to these levels, would make you $1,094 a month. Now the beauty about this, it is totally scalable. Totally scalable, meaning that you can do more and more and more. Effectively, when you increase the amount of websites, let's say you wanted to have 10 websites, we got a plan which is $99. So effectively, it's $10 per website, effectively. So you can scale this as far as you like. Now, let's compare this with the $100,000 business model. You got your program, product or service, and that is $99 a month. In this case, it is your hosting, your website, your web design and hosting business. The customer value is $1,188 a year. That's $99 times 12 months, $1,188 a year for customer value. To turn that into a $100,000 program, we would require 84 customers, and 84 customers times $1,188 is $100,000. So how many would we require per week? Divided by 52, 1.62 new customers per week on average is 84 clients a year. There's your $100,000 business model. So as you can see, this business model can be applied to anything that has got a recurring payment. So I'm going to share with you the criteria that I look for in an affiliate program. These are the key points to look for. I've got a 5.5 point affiliate criteria. This one's crucial and I'll run through that one with you in a moment. Any affiliate program that you market must follow those points for you to want to stick to it and for you to be successful with it. Of course, that's in my opinion, but I've educated a lot of people and I've seen where people become successful and where they do not. So if you want to take on board what it requires to be successful, then that 5.5 point is very important. Then also have a look if leveraged licensing is available. In other words, can you acquire a license to get you a higher commission for the same amount of work and the same sales? Also, and this is a real pearl that I'm going to go through in part 3, state and country licensing. Is that available? This is a license that allows you to make money on a commission on every sale in a state or every sale in a country, regardless if you make sales or not. Little hint, silver bullet. I'll talk about that one in part 3. Then you also want affiliate resources, and you want good affiliate resources, of course, and a great sales funnel or a sales system. This is the 5.5 point affiliate criteria. You want good, reliable, recurring commissions. You want good, quality, affordable products. You want the product to be affordable, but it's got to be quality as well. It really pays for you to be interested in the topic. If you're interested in the topic, then it's something that you will last with. I think that one is really important. Also, the product has to have integrity and great customer service. There is nothing worse than a product where the customer service sucks. That sucks, right? A customer service has to be great. It has to be excellent, because then you are referring something that you know you are helping people with and they're going to be happy for that service. I think it's also crucial that there's a money-back guarantee. For instance, with Learn How to Blog, we give them what I call a no-brainer offer. It's $1 to join, go in for 30 days. If they don't like it, they can get their money back. It's only $1, but that reduces the risk. The point is that a money back guarantee, I think, should always be a part of a good product. And then we got the half point criteria at the end. Be a customer. Now, I've made sure that the affiliate program for Learn How to Blog follows these criteria. Now, I can't guarantee that you're interested in the topic. That's something that I can't change the outcome on. But by you being a customer of that product, you would have to have some sort of interest in the first place. So that one's up to you. But I can make sure there are good, reliable commissions that are recurring. I can make sure the product is good, it's got quality and it's affordable. I can make sure we got integrity and that we've got great customer service. I can give a money back guarantee, and I can make sure that our affiliates are customers. Now, why do I want our affiliates to be customers? Well, it's quite simple. Because the people that are active are the ones that get results. And I've seen this time and time again in affiliate programs. People get excited, they join up, and then they go off and get excited about another program. Whereas if you're in the program, you're learning about it. By knowing the program, those people get customers on board because they're using it themselves. When I was selling a $4,000 program, the first thing people asked me, are you a customer and what are you doing with it? That was one of the first things literally everyone asked me. And I think especially in Australia, we want to know that the person selling something is actually using that product. I think you would probably agree with me. This is an example of affiliate resources. So in Learn How to Blog, we have banners and stuff that you can use on your site that you can put on other sites as well. But the other thing is that because in Learn How to Blog, we teach people how to sell products, then we are both educating people in how to build their own business, but we're also educating our own affiliates in getting better. So we have a vested interest as well. And I think you will probably agree that if we have got a vested interest in you making sales, then our service is only bound to get better. Then we've got the sales system or the sales funnel. Do we understand this criteria? Do we understand the process? I think it's fair enough to say we do. I quoted a couple of days ago in part 1 that for the month of March this year, we averaged 43 new customers a week. We are still averaging that figure, and our aim is to take it up to 100 a week and more. So yes, we have got a system that works, and our video converts gangbusters. It goes really well. More than 90% of the people that buy our product watch the video and buy at that stage, the first time they watch the video. It means that we have done this right. I've got one of the top copywriters in Australia working with me as a partner in this project as well. So we've got a good team together. So I know that it works, so it's important. So that's what you look for in an affiliate program. I'd love for you guys to be part of the Learn How to Blog affiliate program, but don't forget that you can be part of any affiliate program, but tick the boxes first. Because if you are not sure if that affiliate program follows this criteria that we follow, then you could be wasting your time and effort. Let me give you some earning examples, and of course, because I know my own program, I'm going to give you some real examples of what you would earn in the recurring monthly commissions of Learn How to Blog by referring our program. If you make one referral, this is the standard affiliate 25% commission. This is the level where anyone can join as long as they are a member of Learn How to Blog. If you make one referral, your commission is $9.75 a month. So that is 25% of the $39. If you made 4 referrals, you would be making $39 a month. Now, that just happens to be the same amount that the program costs per month. So in other words, when you make 4 referrals, then your program is paid for. And I think that return on investment, or should I say return of investment, is one of the most important things in the entire finance industry. When people invest money, you've got to know when your investment comes back and draws even, because at that stage, only then can you make a profit. So return of investment is much more important than return on investment. When your money's back in your pocket, then you're making profits after that. If you make 10 referrals, $97.50 a month, 20 referrals, $195 a month, and I've gone up, shown 100 referrals, making you nearly $1,000 a month. Now keep these figures in mind. I'm going to show you the leveraged affiliate. The leveraged affiliate earns 40%, and I will share with you in part 3 of this series how to access leveraged affiliate deals. So now you're making 40%, it's a lot more on top. $15.60 per person per month. And that brings you up 4 referrals is $62.40 instead of $39. So you can see the cream is on top. 100 referrals, $1,560 per month. So if we were to put this into the $100,000 business model, and I haven't put that together for you because I want to keep this under an hour. But we have gone through that with 2 examples already. So the $100,000 business model, if we were to apply that to the Learn How to Blog program, on these figures of the leveraged affiliate, if you were to refer 10 per week, you would make almost $100,000, a few grand short of $100,000. So as an affiliate of someone else's program, you could still make $100,000 a year. Don't forget that I was an affiliate of a program. I was a leveraged affiliate, so I could make more money. I was making $240,000 a month. $100,000 a year is very achievable as long as the product is good. Now, if you wanted to look at a starting level, if you were to refer just 1 per week, 1 person per week, you would still make almost $10,000 a year. So for a hobby style income, nudging the sort of grand mark a month, pretty good if you ask me. So let's have a look at, this is the actual affiliate program page. Just when I took the picture, a plane went past, so that's why it's on the screen. But I think you get the point. This is the high flyer one. So I'll share with you how you can join that one in a minute. But let me talk about the reward first. There's a $500 reward up for grabs. And I'm going to give that $500 to the first affiliate to make 10 successful Learn How to Blog sales. So the first affiliate to make 10 successful Learn How to Blog sales is going to get $500 from me, put in your bank account or into your credit card, or as green notes in an envelope if you prefer. Now, just to make this fair, I deal with some pretty good internet marketers around the place. So I have ways of getting lots of people into this program. So to make this game fair and this $500 reward, I'm excluding any joint venture partners, in other words, marketers that already make a good living online. In other words, if you're already making 10 grand a month from online marketing, then you wouldn't be part of this competition. But for everyone else, there's a $500 reward for the first affiliate to make 10 successful sales. Now this is how you qualify for the Learn How to Blog affiliate program. First of all, you must be a member. If you're not a member, it's only $1 to join. Remember, when you have got 4 people in, your whole program is paid for. Meanwhile, you could set up your hosting business and you could just host one site for someone else and then make $99 a month on servicing that, which by the way, we're doing for you. Now normally, I don't let people join the affiliate program until they've been in it for 30 days. Why? Because that's when the $39 recurring payment kicks in. People can cancel at any time, but that's when I know people are serious to stay in the program. Most people stay. However, it just saves me processing a boatload of people and then not knowing if they're serious. But today I'm doing a fast start. So for now, during this series, I've got a fast start, meaning that people that joining the program, they're in it now. If you've been in the program for less than 1 month, you can still go in and access that affiliate video. And that affiliate video is the one that will show you how to get started and where to go and sign up. So let me show you how that is done. When you're in Learn How to Blog, you've logged into the dashboard, just look for the 12-month or the 12-module course overview and click on it. You'll see it there on the left. It's sitting there on every screen in the whole entire program throughout hundreds of videos. It's always there on the left. Just click that one and that will take you through to the 12-module course overview, and you'll see your 12 modules. You'll see each one that you can click through on, and you've got all the extras down the bottom as well. Click on Module 2 and that will take you through to guess where? Module 2. And in Module 2, that's where the affiliate program is. As you can see, it's a very popular video. Got 113 comments on that today, and that is, as you can see, not ghosted out. It means that you can go in and view it right now. So go in there, watch that video if you are a member, go and watch it, and then follow the instructions to join the affiliate program. And at that stage, you can start making referrals and start making commissions. If you're not a member and if you want to join, then this is the URL, learnhowtoblog.com.au/secure-checkout. And that $500 reward, I look forward to paying that out very, very soon. Now we are going to have a quick look at the next webinar, part 3. We're going to look at high percentage returns. We're going to look at licensing and leveraged entrepreneurs and business plans. So this is for those of you that are serious about making affiliate marketing work. Now I am going to really focus on the affiliate product this time. I will use Learn How to Blog as a main example for you. If you think that you're serious, you want to make this work, if you want to be making $1,000 a month, if you want to bring it up to the big figures, then make sure you come along, because I'm going to show you the effort required of making the sales, but I'm also going to show you how you can just step it up with a piece of paper. And we do have licenses for Learn How to Blog, so I will be taking appointments to talk to people who are interested in those licenses. But come along and have a look and see if it works for you. And I will also show you how you can access what I call the magic bullet. And that's the one where you actually don't do squat. Seriously, it's where you don't do anything. It's not a business model, it's an income model. And it's where you can access Learn How to Blog and share in profits on state level and also on country level. If any of that interests you, make sure you come to that webinar. I look forward to seeing you there. Thank you very much for watching part 2 of 10 ways to make money online with a blog. This has been an absolute ball for me to share this stuff. I don't do many webinars anymore. I've given away my public speaking. My entire calendar is clean this year. I'm just focusing on Learn How to Blog. I'm having a ball. I'm hoping that I can share some of that passion with some of you. If you want to get in there and do the stuff that you'll love, well, is now the time for you? Well, I hope it is, because tomorrow never comes. Now is the time to start having some fun. I'm Sean Rasmussen from Learn How to Blog. Thank you very much for coming along. I look forward to seeing you in the next webinar. Bless you all, and I'll see you next time.